Alright, welcome back to the people. On this video, I'm going to talk about questions. Now, as I was doing research this week, the word question kept coming up in my mind over and over and over, and I was wondering why that is. So, as I was doing research, I started doing some searches for different types of questions, because I believe that the way we find out what our purpose or our mission or our direction should be is by looking within. So if you are able to identify things within yourself, then you're able to have a better grasp on the direction you're supposed to go or what you're actually supposed to be doing in this thing called life, right? Because you know you're not supposed to be working. Working for somebody is not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be working for yourself based on your skills, talents, and abilities, right? So if you are able to identify what those are and be able to understand that you can get wealthy if you understand how you can put those together. Now, just imagine for a minute that you figure that out. And once you put those together, then it takes you to a level of freedom that you didn't even believe existed for you. When I say that, you may be making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month doing what you love when you want to do it. How much better does that get? You are an expert at that. You are good at that, right? But it requires you to know a lot about yourself. How do you handle adversity? How do you handle success? How do you deal with things when, there's a deadline? All those things you need to know about yourself, because all those things will come into play in this thing called life. Please know that. They will you will be called upon to handle those situations in this thing called life. Now, the first segment I'm going to talk about are questions that you should ask yourself. Not about anything, but you should ask yourself. And as I'm reading these questions, I want you to understand this. This is my objective with this series of videos. Basically, there's several folds there, not just twofold or threefold, but there are several reasons that I'm creating this series of videos, but this is one of those, right? And that's simply to let you know that what I'm doing, you can do. You can get in front of the video and talk about what you like to talk about and put that video on YouTube, and you will be creating a YouTube channel for yourself, talking about what you like to talk about. What? That is so easy. You already have a camera. All you have to do is gain the information or the knowledge that you want to talk about, and you do the same thing I do. Once you get comfortable with that, then you'll be able to understand how to generate money from that, how to monetize that. Because in the 21st century, there are so many ways to make money online, so many ways, and you just don't know them yet. And you're privy to them. You can find out. I can tell you what they are. But you have to begin something. You have to be willing to begin something. Because without your input, it won't work. Because I'm not working for you. You see what I'm talking about? It's going to take you. So if you're not willing to put in 100% of you, based on the success that you're going to get, then turn the page. Because I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person beside you. Right? I'm talking to somebody who understands to get what you want in life requires you. It don't require somebody else. And if you think it does, you're just slightly off course. There. All right, question number one. These are questions that you ask yourself. And tell me what you think about these questions. And remember to like these videos, share these videos, and comment on these videos, right? And don't let me tell you that again. Just kidding, just kidding. Don't get too serious, right? Okay. Question number one. Who are you? Do you know who you are? Because that's important. You need to know who you are, right? Not just your name, but what you stand for. You need to know that, because you need to stand for something. You need to have values, and you need to be have a character that you do have a character, but it may be bad character, right? And you may not know that. You may think everybody has that kind of character, right? But as you get more knowledgeable about yourself, then you realize things are different sometimes. Question number two. What are you passionate about? Do you know what that is for you? Because that is major. That is, woo, that is the key. Let me tell you right now. If you can find out, just like what I'm passionate about this, you can tell. If you can find out what you're passionate about, it is not work. It's not work. Think about athletes, basketball players. You know how long and how many hours they practice that game? That is not that's not work for them. That is fun. That is practice. They are getting better. And as you get better, those moves that they used to not be able to make, now they can make them because they practiced. And you will have to practice your craft as well. That's how you get better, right? That's how you become an expert. Number 3, what are you most grateful for in life right now? So you have to be grateful for something, because if you don't show any gratitude for what you have, then it's always going to be difficult for you to get more, because you're not appreciative of what you have. You know, don't look down on people who have less than you, and definitely don't look down on what you have, because it's going to take you to elevate. So don't look down on yourself or what you have. Just look at where you are right now and make a plan to move up, or make some adjustments. Number 4, how would you describe yourself? See, a lot of times when we describe ourselves, the first direction we go is negative. We'll say negative things about ourselves. Or we'll say 1 or 2 good things and the rest are negative. What? What? How does that make sense? Right? Don't be doing that. All right, number 5, what are your values? Do you have? Number 6, do you love yourself? Do you love yourself? I mean, really, do you? Because you gotta know, there are people just look just like you and I walking down the aisleway. We see each other every day, but they don't love themselves. Some of them don't love themselves. They really don't. Think about this. If a person commits suicide, did they love themselves? All right, number 7. Is there something you're still holding on to? Number 8. What's the top priority in your life right now? See, these are questions only you can answer, right? I can't answer these questions for you. But if you never ask these questions, or these questions are never introduced to you, then it's difficult for you to be able to actually comment on those, right? Just like, think about if you're in a seminar setting and the speaker asks a certain type of question that you hadn't heard, your mind is going to answer that question, even though you might not answer it with your mouth. Right? You'll answer that question for yourself. So those are therapeutic, if you think about it, because the right questions bring about the right response for you that will allow you to get over some things that you're dealing with, right? All right, number 9, do you love your job? Number 10, what would be your ideal career? You have one? Ideal, that'd be great for me. What would that be for you? Number 11, do you know that you can start creating your ideal career today? Number 12, do you have good eating habits? Number 13, do you work out on a regular basis? Number 14, what do you fear most in life? Number 15, is there anything you're running away from? You see how these questions work? You see how this process works? You can't tell me you couldn't do this based on whatever it is that you're interested in. You could do the same thing based on business, just like I do. Why would you rely on a job only as your source of income when you can follow a process that can help you possibly to even surpass where I am? Because just because I was your mentor doesn't mean that you can't make more money or make more of a mark in life than I can. That does not mean that. Because what's for you is for you. But think about this. If you don't take action on what's for you, then it won't show up. Because you can't expect the Creator to bless you for something that you're not doing. It doesn't work like that. It's like giving. If you don't give, what? You don't get. You give and you get. You must give. You must give. And we're in the 21st century. You can give information. See, this information will help some people, and it is helping some people. If it's nothing more than for someone to look at me and say, you know what, I can do that too. That's helping. That's giving back. And I'm sharing information. Now, I may not be like a news anchor or nothing like that, but that's not necessary. It's not necessary. And people are going to criticize you. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry about that. That will handle itself. But as long as you continue, you'll get better, and the criticism will die or dissipate, and the haters will go away. But they'll come back. They'll just come back in different people. Right? All right, don't get too carried away with the haters, because, they're going to be there. They actually keep you stronger in a lot of cases. All right, number 16, are you selling for less than what you're worth? Number 18, what limiting beliefs are you holding on to? So you have to process these questions, because you have a belief about what you can't do, especially if you're not doing anything. Number 19, what bad habits do you want to break? Number 20, what drives you? That's a good one. I like that one. What drives you? 21, who are the 2 people you spend the most time with? Think about that. I'm what you would call an introvert. I spend a lot of time by myself, and I love it, because I get my juice by being by myself. Then I go into a crowd and, lose my juice and come back and restore. But that's how that works for an introvert. But an extrovert, they get their energy in a crowd. They like to be around a crowd. And when they get away from a crowd, where they're by themselves, they lose their juice. They lose their energy. They get hyped up again once they get back in that crowd. And that's okay. Just identify which one you are. All right, 22. Are these people enabling you or holding you back? Those 2 people you spend the most time with. Are they enabling you or holding you back? Be honest. 23. Who inspires you the most? Who inspires you the most? 24. Are you afraid of letting others get too close to you? I bet you I know the answer to that. 25. Who is the most important person in your world today? You better have said you. Okay. 26. What kind of person do you enjoy spending time with? And finally, number 27. Who has been one of your mentors in life? Someone that you've kind of emulated or followed or looked up to, or, someone who changed your life, so to speak. Because a lot of times, our mentors change our life, because they change our direction. They give us a direction to go in, which is what I consider myself, and I am a mentor to a lot of people, and I would be a mentor to more. But, you can be a mentor without even knowing that you're a mentor to somebody, right? As long as you're putting out information and people are seeing you on a regular basis, something consistent that they can count on, then they can follow you. And they can, pay attention to your mindset. Because understand this, you may not know me personally, but you understand my mindset. And as long as you understand my mindset, if that resonates with you, it's easier for you to follow what I say, right? But if what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you and it sounds like da-da-da-da-da, well, hey, you're going to turn the channel, right? I would too. That's how that works. All right, I hope you've enjoyed that quick video, or not so quick. I'm trying to keep them below 15 minutes, but, every now and then it gets a little long. But don't worry about that. They'll all be paying off in the long run, because, this is a business. So one of the things I'll do is I'll package these videos and give them away, sell them, how that works, right? And you can do the same thing. Like these videos, share these videos, and comment. I love feedback. SpeakWithLarry.com.